be here. I know that you have a lot of work to do. I want to start by thanking you for the decades of service that you have provided, not just in California, but across the country, and in fact in Mexico and Canada. What a wonderful, wonderful thing to see so many of you. I've had the honor of, I've had the honor because I'm really looking forward to tonight. And I want you to know I've been to many coronations. And I learned long ago not to try to compete. I learned that I have to dress appropriately. I will be a demure lesbian tonight. Open person elected in San Diego. I did it with the support of the drag community and the Imperial Court in San Diego. Really, very strongly came out to help me and did fundraisers for me. But my history with Nicole goes even further back. I ran a women's clinic in San Diego, and we were trying to do lesbian health care. And there wasn't a lot of funding at that time for women who needed access to health care that didn't need contraception and birth control. It was available to them, but not to our lesbian community. And I went to Nicole and I made a pitch, me and a friend, Renee Ricketts, that we needed a little money for the Lesbian Health Project. And he said, what is your budget? I said, well, last year it was $800. And I'm trying to raise, $1,500. And the court stepped forward and did a number of events and raised us our entire, $7,000 that first year. And we were able to do pap smears, and I don't want to get scary. We were able to do pap smears and breast checks for members of our lesbian community, and it turned out they really needed the services. And that grew, and it was the court that actually helped make that happen. So I want to say thank you for that. Nicole has mellowed over the decades. I shouldn't tell them that, right? But at any rate, as it relates to what I'm doing, because you've got work to do, I believe that I've gained the experience as only you can when you work in community with people and you have to figure out how to get things done when it's really difficult. I learned that in San Diego. It was majority Republican community district and not district, Republican council. I come from a very rural, conservative part of Southwest Virginia, grew up Pentecostal holiness. There were no examples around me of the gay community. So I came out at age 17, which proves we are who we are, because I had no role models around me. And if anyone talked about being gay, it was whispered, kind of like Aunt Betsy's an alcoholic, Cousin Faye, true story, and so it's not like I had positive role models. So we are who we are. And when we're able to tell people who we are, and I have the support of my family, thankfully. Pentecostal holiness people that they were and are, I still had the support of family, so I consider myself very lucky. But I came to California in '85, followed my sister who was in the Navy. We did grow up very poor. Nicole likes to tell people I had no electricity, and I have to remind the Queen Mother, we had electricity, we just didn't have running water. So we were pretty poor. My parents were blue-collar working class people. My dad was a lead miner, a coal miner. My mom was a garment worker. But we couldn't seem to work our way out of poverty. But education gave me every opportunity. I managed to get to college. I managed to get to California, which I couldn't wait to get here, to be with my twin sister in the Navy to help her as she had her son and her husband was deployed. I worked for Chris Kehoe. I worked at a women's clinic. I followed Chris onto the state assembly and very quickly learned that if we were going to make a difference, we have to be not just at the table. We learned that we have to be at the table. Representation matters. I learned that the real influence and power was to set the agenda. And so I think I get along with people well. It's that early training of having to get along until you can find your place in both Virginia and in San Diego, when it was more of a conservative place and we had to work across the aisle to get things done.
Look, it says Honorary Californian and honor your commitment to service in the International Court Council Governing Board. Thank you for your leadership and dedication to the advancement of the greater LGBTQ community. On behalf of State President Pro Tempore Emeritus Toni Atkins, the California State. Oh, let's hear it.
We all say that.